What's up, everyone? It is Wednesday, February 21st, and today we're going to be talking about content creation. And we're going to be talking about creating a system to come up with unlimited content ideas. Because the last thing I want any of you doing is asking yourself, like, what can I post for content today? If you're spending really any time thinking about what to post, chances are you won't post anything. And then when you don't post anything, you'll fall out of the habit of posting, and weeks will go by, months will go by, years will go by, and you'll just post random stuff every once in a while, and you will not take advantage of social media. Social media is probably the biggest tool that we have. Back in the day before social media, everything was 10 or 20 times harder. Now that you have social media, you have the ability to build an audience in any niche and be able to connect them with offers, be able to make money as the middleman, make recurring revenue, become financially free, all just by understanding that you are a content creator. So at the core of it, everybody who's in affiliate marketing, everybody who's in internet marketing, anybody who's in network marketing, anybody who is anybody who's trying to build an audience anywhere, you are essentially a content creator. You have to look at yourself as a content creator. However, I want to redefine the word for you, okay? When we think of the word content creator, we usually think of people who have a really good brand. We usually think of people who have like some type of they're famous, they're famous YouTubers or they're famous TikTokers. So they have 1 million people on Instagram. We usually associate being a content creator with people like that. But the reality is content creation means everything, right? Content creator could be a blogger. A content creator could be somebody with a YouTube channel, somebody who's got a personal brand. A content creator could even be someone who's just got their own personal Facebook, or somebody who makes who uses Twitter, X, right? It could be somebody who is creating pictures, picture collections on Pinterest. Content creator can really mean whatever you want it to be. So in this world of content creation, you're able to find a spot that works for you. So that's kind of what I want to encourage you to do. I'm going to share with you a bunch of different ways you can create content. I want you to think of a spot that fits for you. Now, obviously, if you're willing to use your own brand, if you're willing to use your own face, if you're willing to use your own voice, your own likeness, your own personal experience, your own personal stories, your personal journey, whatever personal skills you have, obviously that's going to be the easiest to teach, right? Because at the end of the day, all you really have to do is just put yourself out there. The hardest thing about that is just worrying what other people think about you. As long as you're not worried what other people think about you, you can just put yourself out there. So it's pretty easy to teach how to create content that way. It's a little bit harder to teach how to create content faceless, but over time, you can build up pretty much anything faceless anywhere. The good thing about faceless is there's plenty of people doing it. There's lots of examples. Now you go to almost any social media and you can see just thousands of channels that are building faceless. So you're not doing something that hasn't been done before. You can literally just go copy other people that are doing it. Just find other people doing it and make it work. The invention of AI, right? The new AI that's come out makes it even easier to be faceless than ever before. So the idea is you got to find something that works for you. What is it you're doing? Now, before I dive into it, you got to kind of break social media into a bunch of different buckets. Okay. Social media is not as simple as just saying, hey, I'm going to take my phone and I'm going to record a video of myself and post it to social media. It doesn't really work like that. Every platform itself, every different social network has a different style of content that works for that platform. And they usually have a certain amount of options of different ways they allow you to post content. So for example, let's talk about YouTube. What does YouTube allow? So traditionally, YouTube is going to create videos like this, just like this Zoom video. I could take this video and I could upload it to YouTube. They really go well with a 16:9 format, or if you want to call it just a wide horizontal video like this. They do really well with videos like that. And they allow the videos to be long. I can make the video 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours. So YouTube is a great place for traditional videos. It's a traditional video hosting network. All you really need to do to get good at YouTube is you need to master the 4 T's of YouTube, right? And if you haven't seen my training on the 4 T's, I want you to really quickly write these down because we're not going to train a lot on it today. But what you need to do with the 4 T's of YouTube is you need to focus on the thumbnail, the title, the teaser, and the treasure. So if you're going to succeed with a regular video on YouTube, you need a good thumbnail that's going to get attention. You need a good title that's going to kind of bait them in and get them to want to watch the video. Then you need a teaser. This is really like your first 10 to 30 seconds. Really needs to draw them in, hook them in to want to watch the whole thing. Then you need the treasure, which is the thing they came for. That's the thing they came for. You need to put it a little bit further in the video, build up a little story arc to it so they get the treasure. A quick example of that might be that I may be sharing 10 AI tools with you today in a quick little video. Hey, in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share with you 10 AI tools that are going to help you generate more traffic, leads, and sales for any business, whether you're a real estate agent, whether you're a network marketer, whether you just want to make money online. These 10 tools are tools that I use all the time. Today, I'm going to teach you all about these 10 tools. And tool number 7 has been the biggest game changer for me. So write down all these tools, but make sure you watch tool number 7 if you have to a couple times, because that is going to make the biggest difference. With that being said, let's jump into the video. So that would be an example of a teaser. So I'm basically telling them what to expect. I'm trying to win them over in the beginning by telling them what this information could do for their business. I might even show them results. Hey, I've been using these 10 tools. Let me show you some results. I built this faceless fan page to over 250,000 fans in 30 days. I built this TikTok, and look at this video. It has 7 million views, and it was all done with AI. And over here, look at this. I'm generating leads every single day on my list. It's all powered by AI. So these AI tools can teach you how to do all of that and so much more. So that's an example of a teaser, right? So you get a good thumbnail and a good title that gets the click. The teaser hooks them in for view time, right? And then from there, you've got to have the content spread out so that they keep watching the video all the way through. And what you're looking for, if you can get that big watch time and you can be somewhat entertaining, you can make YouTube work. So that would be one example with YouTube, right? Would be this idea of these videos. But then YouTube also lets you do shorts. So just like TikTok or Facebook or anything, you can also upload shorts just like that to YouTube. Same thing, short videos. But it kind of works the same. It's just less thumbnail driven and less title driven. The difference with shorts is that you want your shorts to lead to bigger things. So for example, if I did like a tool of if I did something that's like, here's a video of like 10 AI tools, I may take just one of the tools and I may do a quick 30-second pitch for it. I'll be like, did you guys know that there's an AI tool that I could show you right now that's generating me thousands of dollars per month passively, all by just clicking a few buttons and letting AI do the work? That's what I'm going to show you right now. So that little hook right there, when people are doing the thumb dance, when they're scrolling through the newsfeed, that might be just enough, fast enough to be able to catch them. I can't rely on the thumbnail. I can't rely on the title. I have to rely on a hook. I have to gravitate them in. And you might be saying, well, I'm not making thousands from AI. Doesn't matter. You still could come up with a hook. What is the potential of what could be done? What has somebody else done? Could you talk about Jerry or Johnny or Jenny, right? Could you mention somebody else or reference somebody else having examples? I could say, hey, stop what you're doing. My friend Matt just grew his YouTube channel to 1 million subscribers, and he did it following these 3 secrets that I'm going to show you right now. There you go. That little hook right there just said, this guy did something. I analyzed and I found 3 secrets that I'm going to share with you. So I basically said, this result was achieved using what I'm going to share with you. I didn't say I did it. So right, that would be an example of a hook. So the difference is short form content, you got to be that quick. You got to be that quick with your hooks. Long form, you got to kind of pace. You got to get them a reason to watch and then pace them through the journey, like a Mr. Beast type story video. So those are 2 types of things you could do on YouTube. But there's actually a third thing you can do on YouTube. YouTube also has a feed where you can also make posts, right? So you can make a status update on YouTube, and you can post a picture, or you can post just some text. You can do a poll. You can ask your audience things, right? You can do stories on there as well. So when you look at YouTube, you're like, wow, YouTube really has, I just named 4 different things that you could do on YouTube. YouTube has the ability to post traditional videos, video shorts, regular bulletin board style updates, newsfeed updates, and even stories. So once you understand those, you now have an understanding of the YouTube bucket. So we're going to come back to that later, but you understand how the YouTube bucket works, right? And we'll dive in a little bit further just to kind of break it down. But then you've got to do the same thing for a bucket for each platform. What does TikTok let you do? What does Instagram let you do? What does Facebook let you do? What does Pinterest let you do? And I don't need to teach you today because you can Google it, right? The point is, you need to understand each one of these social networks has its own bucket of things you can do. I gave you 4 things you could do on YouTube. This is just for content creation. Then there's another series of things you could do on each platform when it comes to engagement. Can people leave comments? Can you reply to those comments? Can you pin comments? Now, this is an important one. I don't know if I'm going to skip straight to the gold right now, but can you pin the comments? Can you, if somebody's commenting, find out, do a Google search. Can you pin comments or try it out yourself? Because if you can pin comments, if you can pin other people's comments, then you can basically take a video and you can in one of the comments could be a call to action, and you could pin that as the first comment people see. So you could have a video, for example. Let's say, let me use a name real quick because somebody right here, we'll use Sean, okay? Sean, who's in the video now. Let's say Sean does a video and he creates this like TikTok video or whatever. And he has the ability underneath to pin a comment. He's like, wow, I can pin someone's comment. Well, all I have to do as Sean's friend, as Sean's little battle buddy, as Sean's whoever, partner, business partner, friend, whoever, accountability, someone he met in the community, all I have to do is make a little comment that says, hey, you guys, this is just, hey, if you guys are loving Sean's content, remember, he has his whole entire membership site available as well. The link is in his bio. I'm a member and I love it. Some comment like that. And then Sean just takes and just pins that comment. So it's the first thing. So now a testimonial about Sean is the first comment right there from a friend that everybody sees. And now that can maybe help it at least get some monetization, at least get some action, right? So pinning comments is important. You're starting to look and say, what can be done? What are the options here of what can be done? Does the site allow a description in the video? Does it allow links? You know, how many characters does it allow? So for example, YouTube allows not only a title, but it allows a description and it allows links in the description. And it also allows chapter markers. There are certain things that you can, there's certain things you can figure out about each platform to start, because again, back up a second. I'm coming from the stance that we're all content creators. We are all content creators. We're either creating content for our personal brand, we're creating content for a faceless brand or any random industry or niche, or we're creating content for clients if we're selling clients our skills like an agency, or maybe we've sold our skills to a company and we're getting paid as a job. And so we're essentially helping with content creation, or maybe we're just consulting on content creation, or maybe we're a teacher like this, and we're teaching content creation. One way or another, content creation is really at the center of a lot of what we do. And you might say, well, what about advertising? Advertising is content creation, right? Advertising is no different. You're creating content. You're just creating content that maybe is a little bit more designed as an ad so you can make money off of it than a native post that's organic, because a post might just get you some favor with the algorithm, right? Posts, maybe you don't care as much about converting. You don't care about it as much about making money. You're just trying to get some love from the algorithm. You're trying to boost up your profiles, get some more followers, get some more engagement, try to feel out what kind of content your audience is liking. So you don't really have to constantly try to sell. But with ads, you do have to kind of make sure that they're converting a little more. So the only difference is content creation with a little bit of a harder call to action. So content creation is key. Now, let's just fast forward, and let's say that you've taken an analysis of each of the social media networks that you have an interest in, and you've asked yourself, what can I do on them? And by the way, there are many. I didn't even get into, there's 100 different social networks. That's another thing a lot of you don't realize. I pretty much only always talk about the big 5, but you know, at the end of the day, and really when it comes down to it, it's really just the big 3. The ones that I talk about are mainly just, really everything just falls into the big 3, you know, if you think about it. What I mean by that is Facebook, Google, and TikTok, right? So Meta, sorry, not even Facebook, Meta, Google, and TikTok, right? Not even Google, like Alphabet, Meta and Alphabet. You know what I'm saying? Like the bigger, like, you understand these are really, because like Facebook is basically Instagram, right? They own each other, right? Google is basically YouTube. So even when you're like placing ads, like you're going to create like an account with Meta to place ads on Facebook and Instagram. You're going to create an account with Google to run like Google ads and also YouTube ads. and you're going to create an account with TikTok to run TikTok ads, right? So it's really only three. I really only teach the main three, but there's so many more. And the thing is, once you understand the principles of content creation and social selling, then you can basically go dominate any network you want. A perfect example would be Pinterest. I wonder if I can find it. In the background, I'm gonna look really quick. It might take me a while, but if I can find it, I'm gonna show you. There was a period where I jumped on Pinterest and I absolutely dominated Pinterest. I just absolutely dominated. I mean, I was getting thousands of clicks to my affiliate links, thousands, all organic from Pinterest with no ads. I had never used Pinterest before. It was my first time ever using Pinterest, and I just absolutely dominated. So I'm in the background. I'm just going to see if I can pull it up. If I can, I'll show you guys. I'm right around in my pictures, right around the time that I did use Pinterest. This is cool. Another thing I want to say is that, like, a lot of the stuff that I teach you guys, if you just go, like, right here on my pictures, I'm looking at pictures right now from a decade ago, and I was doing the same stuff that I'm teaching today. Doing the same stuff. Okay, I'll show you. I can't find the Pinterest quite yet, but I will show you some of this. Let me see if I can share my screen, kick things off. I'm going to go a little blast from the past, just kind of kick things off here, because I want to be able to show you guys that I've been doing this for a long time, and there's lots of ways to be able to do it. So I went into some pictures. I'm going to give you this as an example. Okay, so this picture is from 2013, right? So can we all agree that's over 10 years ago, 10 and a half years ago. And I took a screenshot from my phone of my blog traffic. So this was an example of, you know, the traffic that I was generating at the time. You know, just the different, if you just look at how much traffic this is, it's insane. Now, this traffic is over a period of 6 months, right? So it's just an insane amount of traffic that I was generating at the time. And that's what I call experimenting with content, right? That's the thing, is I'm always experimenting with different content, especially when it comes to ways to be able to drive traffic, okay? Ways to be able to do things, right? Even content creation, like back then I was just posting more like kids pictures and golf and stuff like that. I don't even know what this is. I was just showing, I had a blog back then. I was just kind of showing blog, like how I was getting a lot of rankings and stuff like that. So these are all, I can't really find, I don't know where the Pinterest stuff is, but I could try to find some. But yeah, this is all stuff that I was doing back then, selling t-shirts. So it's all like, I'm always trying to figure out, okay, what is the offer? And then how can I drive traffic to it, right? What is the offer? And then how can I drive traffic? So in this way, I was doing traffic from Google. So this is all traffic I was getting from Google, pretty much only Google exclusively. But it was like, I just figured it out, cracked the code, and got in there. And let's see, what is this one? Oh yeah, this is me and Michael Crouch doing t-shirts. I think these are Michael Crouch's numbers right here. He did $1 million in sales in a month, $500,000 in commissions. Let's see what this is. So this is me getting traffic. Again, content creation. This is me experimenting with content creation. Again, doing my first product launch. A product launch is an example of content creation. I created videos in a course and I sold it for $100, right here, $100. And in the first month did $200,000 in sales. Ended up doing $500,000 in sales, right? This is a decade ago. This is almost exactly a decade ago. So again, this is just creating content. In fact, I am going to show you that content so you see how simple it is, but I'm going to hold that up in a second. I'm going to save that, but I'm going to show you how simple content creation is. Content creation is not just social media content. It's just creating content in general. And then I used social media to promote it, right? So I did use social media to promote it. What is this? This is 11,000 clicks, 11,000 post clicks right here. So just showing how, you know, posting this kind of stuff is reaching 55,000, just showing how I'm getting traffic from social media. This is a decade ago. So I've been doing this for a while. I'm showing you use social media to raise money, you know, for projects. back then. So even a decade ago, I was doing this kind of stuff, and I'm just trying to show you guys where we're at. I don't know what this is. It's a weird screenshot. I'm trying to find to see if there's a couple other ones worth showing you here. Building a list with these methods. So it shows 24,000 leads and from Facebook ads. So this was for a lead pages campaign. I generated 24,000 leads. They should be coming in several minutes when you do it right. Yeah. So look at how often my leads are coming in from my ads. This is a decade ago. This is 9.5 years ago. 646, 647, 647. So these are all leads that are just coming in from ads, building a list. And what people don't realize is that at the time, my list was worth about $1 per month per subscriber. So at the time, I was at about 24,000. This right here would generate me about $24,000 a month. So it was very, very effective. This is where I kind of got my start. Let's see if there's a couple other things I can show you. This is blast from the past. Oh yeah, look, Chris, someone put an orange hat on my Chris record. That's funny. That, by the way, was the very first original orange hat. The Ezekiel brand was the original. Let's see. Nothing really great there. I'm going to see if I can find a couple more pictures worth sharing, just showing that I was using this network for traffic, but I want to kind of get in the, yeah, so here's some ClickBank, for example. I was promoting JVZoo and ClickBank at the same time. So this was the last 34 days. So in 1 month and 4 days of affiliate marketing, I generated 71,000 on JVZoo and 62,000 in commissions on ClickBank. That was 133,000. And then winning contests, I would always rank #1 in the contests I promoted. So I wanted an additional 75,000. And you got to imagine, that's why I was buying leads. I was buying leads because then I was moving all these leads into these launches, right? So 14 days, $62,000 in commissions promoting someone's offer, someone's course, someone's something. Can't even remember. It's been so long. But these kind of numbers, again, this is 8 years ago, right? So these kind of numbers, or even 9 years ago, I don't even know, 9 years ago. So these numbers are possible. The thing is you have to find a way to be able to build an audience that, or get the offer in front of an audience. That's the thing. You're not going to do it with little onesie twosie sales. You're just not going to do numbers like this. You might start, you might build a little belief, but that's kind of why I'm trying to show this with you, is because at a certain point, you got to kind of just try to go a little bit bigger and try to actually lock up some bigger revenue. I'm just looking at some of these pictures here, 500,000 in sales in a week. We had a little celebration. This is actually my office at the time. I got an office, got a few employees in there. Here's some examples of stats. Over the past week, we crossed 632,000 in sales. We had a little chart right here made for it. So I'm kind of showing you guys this stuff to kind of get you a little bit excited, because there's got to be a reason you're creating this content, right? So as affiliate snapshot, right? So today's gross revenue, 20,000 in sales. I earned 10,000 in commissions, but this is for a day, right? So 8,000 to 10,000 per day. And I was saying, I remember making my first sale online. It felt so much harder than it feels now, but it was so rewarding, because over time we learn from mistakes and mentors, and we get better and improve daily, to the point where 8,000 to 10,000 per day online seems normal, and anything else seems inefficient. But I definitely didn't start that way. We can't avoid mistakes, but we can get the right mentorship, and that makes a huge difference. So I don't need to read the whole thing. So basically, there's another one, right? Your earnings today, yesterday's snapshot, 16,000 in a single day, right? So the idea is, let's leave this up for a second, right? So the idea is, how can you get to this point, right? How can you get to this point? How can you be the type of person that can drive $33,000 in sales in a single day? And this is affiliate, which means that I'm driving these sales for somebody else. This is not my product. I'm just getting an affiliate link and driving 33,000 in sales in a day. This shows you what it took. It took 3,214 clicks in a single day. That many visitors, which I don't know really what the exact math is on that. But it took 629 sales. So I had to get 629 people to buy this. Now, if I do the basic math, we could figure out what the cost was, right? We could do, what do we do? We're going to take 33,000. So 33,400 divided by 629. $53 was an average sale, $53 a sale, right? So the product wasn't that expensive that I was promoting. So another way to reach these numbers would be to sell a $100 product and maybe do half of the numbers. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's another way to be able to do it there in terms of it. But the question is like, how am I doing this? Now, the way that I did this, the reason I was so efficient, the reason I was so successful was because I was a content creator. I always focused on content, value, essentially. I'm going to talk to you guys. I'm going to stop sharing and talk to you guys straight in the camera for a minute. I replaced the word content with value. So I'm not necessarily a content creator. I'm a value creator. And when I focused on creating value, what happened is that my list or my audience saw me differently than everybody else. So imagine you're on 10 email lists. Okay, we're going to start with that. Imagine you're on 10 email lists and everybody's just rapidly firing off things for you to buy. And you might even buy one here, buy one there. And then you're like, wait, they're just relentless. They're just still messaging you things to buy. They're just not, I bought one. It's not even stopping. And then one of those 10 is constantly messaging you value and rarely even asking you to buy something. It's just every time you open the email, it's actually just something of value. Okay. Or something that you bought where it's just actually being delivered. It's actually being fulfilled. You're getting value out of a purchase you've made. So it's either free value or it's customer fulfillment, customer experience. That when you look at it, first of all, that is rare. It is far more likely that you're just going to get spammed stuff in your inbox with creative copywriting to try to get you to click and open, right? And it's always going to be, attend some Zoom or attend some webinar or watch this video. It's always going to be a sales pitch. And it'll never stop. And the more you're in this industry, the more lists you get on, the more flooded your email inbox. So I always looked at it as when I'm sending emails, I want there to be some value attached. So for example, if we look at the last, let's say 30 emails I've sent you. Okay. Now, if you've only been in a couple of days, you don't know, right? But if you look at if you guys have been in over a month, if you look at the last 30 emails that I've sent you, they've pretty much they've all said, hey, let's get on a Zoom or let's watch the replay of a Zoom. And it's pure value with no pitch. So every single day, you know that Chris Record is going to come out and he's going to share wisdom with you live on a Zoom. And if you can't make it, you're going to be able to watch the recording. So when you see these emails, they are different than the other emails. That's why my emails get a much higher open rate. That's why when I send to the whole list, it's over a 50% open rate. When I send to just buyers, it's over a 60% open rate. When I send to higher tier buyers, anybody at the mentor level and above, then it is 70 to 80% open rate. And I can maintain those numbers over the course of years because by being consistent. Earlier this year, I had to take a month off just because I went hard the whole year, but so it fell off it dipped a little bit and then we got right back. So I see myself as a value creator. The type of content that I choose to create is I go from my knowledge and my experience. I choose to come from a place of a mentor teacher and create content based on that. And even if I don't know something, I will spend some time and I will learn it and then do it and then teach it. So I learned this many, many years ago from someone named Robert Kiyosaki. With Robert Kiyosaki, I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and then followed it up with Cash Flow Quadrant, which was much better, in my opinion. Hot take there. But Robert Kiyosaki essentially really was preaching this model of learn something, then do it to get good at it, then teach it to others. And then when you teach it to others, you actually become full circle. That's how you master something. So it's rather you actually become far better at something, really understand it better when you teach it. So I always followed that model. It worked for me for content creation. So my content creation model is always learn something, either through success or failure, or just practice. Do it myself so that that's where practice comes in. Do it myself. so I can at least understand it. I don't have to be an expert, and then teach it. And I don't wait until I'm an expert to teach something. There are people that are far better than me at a lot of these topics. Like if I want to teach you guys YouTube, there's people way better than me at YouTube, and there's always going to be people better than you. But you have to remember there's always people worse than you as well. There's always people that just have no clue. So you might think, okay, perfect example is I taught you how to run TikTok ads, right? And I even brought out guests to teach you how to run TikTok ads. So a lot of you have gone through that training and you've learned how to run TikTok ads. What I want you to realize is just this simple mindset switch right here is that nobody in the whole world knows how to run TikTok ads. I mean, it's the most impossible thing in the world to find somebody that knows how to do that. To even find somebody that has a TikTok ads account set up is the most impossible thing. If we did a live show right now, if I streamed on my phone and I had somebody just follow me around and we went all throughout Las Vegas for hours talking to as many people as we could, we would not find somebody who has a TikTok ads account. For hours upon hours upon hours, we just would not find anybody. Nobody has one. It's the most rare thing, right? Because nobody, first of all, nobody understands how to advertise in general, and they're not thinking to advertise on TikTok, and no one's talking about it. And it's just a rare thing. Now, I want you to understand this. That means if you've set up a TikTok ads account and you've ever even had any result, you've gotten some followers, you've gotten some leads, you understand you're in the top 0.0001% of people in the world. I mean, you are top tier elite at that knowledge. You are elite. Stefan says 130 leads for $1 each on TikTok. That is elite. So one of the things that I learned early on was that, like, we create, Joseph, bro, I'm gonna kick you out. Sorry about that, bro. You can't be posting like that. You can't be posting affiliate links and stuff in here, man. Joseph, I'll give you one more chance, okay? You can't be doing that. It's a family in here, right? We preach the opposite of that. You can't be nobody can be posting affiliate links to other stuff in the chat. Can't do that. Just gonna make that clear for everybody. So where is the line that says that that you're good enough to teach? So let's say Stefan generated 130 leads for $1 each. So where is the line that says, okay, Stefan, you learned something, you did it, and now you can teach it? Is it 200 leads? Is it 500 leads? Is it 1,000 leads? Is it 5,000 leads? Is it 10,000 leads? Is it 100,000 leads? Is it $1 million? Is it $10 million? So I want you guys to think about this. There's an arbitrary number that's just made up in the world that says, at this point, somebody's ready to teach, but it's not real. No one can name that number. So a long time ago, I realized I'm the only person that can name that number. So what I do is I simply learn something enough where I feel comfortable teaching it, and I don't worry about any number. One of my most profitable campaigns I ever did, I'm going to search just to see if I don't think I could find it. This is one of the most profitable campaigns I ever did in my life. Oh, there's no way, huh? It's just such a long shot. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it. Whoa, I found it. Oh my God, this is going to be interesting. I'm sharing my screen. This is going to be interesting. Okay, this is one of my most successful content creation campaigns I've ever run. Now, before I share my screen, let me just tell you, this generated hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it was something that I was not an expert at. So we are going to, we're going to share this. All right, here we go. So I did content creation. I created a free course called Beginagram. Beginagram. And all it was teaching beginners how to use Instagram. That's all it was. Beginagram. So let's take a look at how valuable, how did I generate hundreds of thousands? Let's take a look at how valuable this course is.
Instagram bio section. Okay, Instagram bio section. Okay, let's make this one orange so we can grab that. Okay, what are the best practices for your Instagram bio? Okay, somebody, I see questions. People are saying like, what are examples that I might do? Like, okay.
Kind of boring. Let's see. But this is what I said. Be yourself, dream big, do amazing things. Okay. So anyways, I don't know what I'm doing here, right? So this is interesting because if you look at this, right? If you look at this right here, I have 2,000
Instagram
2,384 followers. And I am the expert at Instagram. Do you see what I'm saying? I am the teacher, right? This number right here is incredibly small for the industry. This is incredibly small of a number. Pretty much anybody can get there. There's tools that can get you there right away. And look, I'm even following more people than that. Pretty much all of these followers just came from follow for follow. I'm just following people and hoping they follow me back. So I already felt like I was an expert. So what I did was I created a course called Beginogram. Now, and look at my training. Instagram bio section. What are the best practices? The training is simplistic. I'm just teaching people what to put in their bio. Do you see what I'm saying? Like this is, so many of us just overcomplicate it. I'm faceless. I'm just showing people, like the main trick I'm showing them was how I got these stars. Look, the whole video is just me sitting here in the bio, okay? And then I'm just using a Google Doc. Bio is not currently searchable. Okay, so what I did was I just went, I just, like, look, tips for writing an Instagram bio. Okay, tips for writing an Instagram bio. So like, here's 8 tips, right? So what I would do is I would just like take these 8 tips right now and I'd put them on Canva slides and I'd start with that. I'd say, okay, before we get started writing your perfect Instagram bio, let's cover these 8 tips that I found on a site called Later. And I would just go through some slides. Boom, 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 boom. And this would just be some text on each one on Canva. Probably with some AI background, right? So there you go. I already got a course. And like, here's the thing is that these are just little 8-minute videos of just me sitting around writing a bio and then showing other people's bios, right? So I'm just going here and I'm just looking at other people's bios. Look, 127 followers. So the thing is that it just doesn't matter. Personal versus business, which is better and why? So watch this. You ready? This is the hardcoreness. Personal Instagram versus business. Look at this. Instagram, what's the difference? Personal versus business, which is better? Here's all the information I need to learn. Learn, do, teach, right? So all I need to do is learn. And then once I feel confident enough about this, either through experience, through trying it myself or whatever, what is a professional account? An Instagram account for business enables this. So like now I can have some information I can share with the audience. Now, this is the big thing I need you guys to understand is that I can't believe I found this course, by the way. This is crazy. This is funny. But like, first of all, it's some decent copywriting, right? Instead of just saying create your Instagram bio, I was like, what are the best practices? Or Instagram replies. How do you send notifications to Instagram users to engage on your posts? Optimizing. How do you show up in Instagram search results? Viral Instagram tips. How to create posts that go viral on Instagram. The thing is, I hadn't created any post that goes viral, but we're going to go ahead and look at it. I'm curious. It sparked my attention. We're going to go ahead and look at this. What do you have here? You got Canva a decade ago. Was this a decade ago? No, 2016. Y'all, I was still using the same tools. So you guys got to just relax a little bit and realize this is not that hard. I'm using the same stuff for 10 years, right? I'm teaching people to do branded picture quotes just like that and how to create them inside of Canva. Same stuff I was teaching in Fast Bootcamp. Same stuff, you guys. It's the same stuff a decade later. Just the tools got better. AI got better. Everything got better. Okay, look, the point is not how good this training is, okay? What you guys need to understand, the point is that made me hundreds of thousands of dollars. I had an Instagram account with 3,000 people, 2,500 people or something like that. And then I went and I searched how to write a bio. What's Instagram business versus personal. I just Google search this stuff. And then what I did was I just recorded my screen and I used a Google Doc to type it in. I didn't use my face at all. Now the question is, how did that generate hundreds of thousands of dollars? Well, I want to give you guys some logic here that I had, and maybe it's useful to you. Because I think the reason is I'm principle based. The reason why I can still do things 10 days later is because I don't care much about the practices. Canva looks different. Instagram looks different. Facebook looks different. It all changes all the time. I don't even know if Instagram's going to be around in 10 years, but the principles never change. The principles are always the same. I follow the same principles in advertising people have been using for 50 years. Okay. So my theory was this: because I'm not an expert at Instagram and because I'm just rehashing some Google searches, I'll just give the course away for free. I'll just give the course away for free. So what I did was I just started sharing with everybody I could, social media, people, friends. I just started sharing, hey, this course is free. And it teaches you everything, how to be able to grow your Instagram profile. So I start off the course saying, hey, listen, I'm not an expert. I only got a couple thousand followers myself. So think about it like this. This is how I introduced the whole course. I said, I want to grow my Instagram. So I went on a search, Googling and finding all the sites and everything. And I compiled all that information and I put it into a little training for you. And I'm giving you that training free. I did all the research anyways, and I'll make it available for you. What's in it for me is you'll be joining my email list. So then I'll be able to be in communication with you and share more value with you. So it's a win-win, right? You opt into my email list and I give you the course for free. So that's all I did. Just straightforward. Here's an exchange of value. I want your contact information. I'm willing to create an entire course. Why? Because I want to learn how to grow. I want to learn this stuff anyways. It's kind of like you guys attending my AI courses. Like, you want to learn this stuff anyways, right? You want to learn CapCut editing, or want to learn AI marketing, or want to learn how to create a TikTok ad. You want to learn it anyways. So you might as well take some notes and just turn around and just teach it. You turn around and teach it, then you get to tell people, hey, look, I'm just a student, but I take good notes. So I'm willing to share those with you for free. That's all I did. I created content. This content I created was just screen shares, just sharing my screen, uploading it to a video hosting platform. It could be YouTube, Unlisted, it could be Vimeo, and then getting people to opt in. So I created an opt-in page and everything, right? Now, how did it generate hundreds of thousands of views? Well, because what I did was I think I got maybe my first 500 to 1,000 subscribers, just kind of like giving it away for free to people. But then I came up with this other idea, which says, hey, here's a free course. I went ahead and asked for testimonials. I said, look, I gave you the course for free. Was it helpful? Could you at least leave me a testimonial? So I got a few testimonials, right? So now I got this course. I created a little logo for it. I got this little course and I got some testimonials. People saying it's, and I just say, hey, for a limited time, it's free. And I think I said it's like $100, but it's slashed down and it's just free for right now. Then what I did was I went to other people that had members areas. I went to all these other people that had courses they were launching. And I said, hey, look, if you're looking for a little bit more value in your course, so your course is kind of basic, right? If you're looking for a little bit more value, I'm willing to contribute my entire Beginnagram course to be featured in your back office. I'll let you embed all the videos in there. I'll let you get everything in there. All I ask for in exchange is, that if they want to access it, that they just opt in. We just put a little page, they just opt in. That's it. But I'll give you all the value for free. They just opt in to be able to get it. And I was able to get like 5 or 6 different people to put my course in the back end of their courses because it was complimentary. So now all these other people are doing their launches and selling all their products. And I got leads trickling in every single day. So those leads started getting, hundreds, then turned into thousands, and ended up getting over 10,000 leads from that Beginnagram course. People started talking about it. People started sharing it. There was no affiliate program. I just got the word out. It took me a few months, but I generated 10,000 leads. But these leads are not just leads. These are not just cold. This is the thing I want you to understand about content creation. What I call a content creator, I call being a value creator, right? Is that you understand, not only am I creating content, but this content is valuable. It is content that people actually want, that they actually enjoy. So I'm really, again, swap out the word content and get value with that word, right? So the reality of it is simple. If you can become good at creating value, then you don't really have cold contacts on your list. Your list is not strangers. Your list is not cold people. Your list is people that are getting to know you, like you, and trust you because you are providing value for them. That is the difference. So the reason why I get such high open rates on my emails, such high engagement rates on my social media is because I'm making an impact on people's lives. I'm sharing value with them so they look forward to more content, more value from me. Another reason is I'm not constantly throwing up on people. I'm not constantly annoying people. So I would rather have less social media content that's good than having more that is like throwing up on people. And that's why I'm always encouraging guys when it comes to creating content. It's you want to have the highest amount of quality and quantity, but you don't want to sacrifice quality just to get more quantity going out there in social media. You want to be able to get both. Now, I don't really care about the quality in terms of like the camera. I could really care less. If this camera works for you, it works for you, you know? I just got a little ring light right here. It's a cheap little ring light. In fact, the little things fell off of it and I haven't even bothered replacing it. I got lights, they're not even on. Like that light up there ain't even on. I'm not too worried about this quality, okay? I understand I could do higher quality. Right now I'm going through the webcam. I got cameras right here I can hook up. That's not what I mean by quality. What I mean by quality is the information, the content. That's the quality, that's the value. And then the more you can consistently drop that value, the better. If you could get really, really good at just consistently delivering value to people, finding ways to reach people. So you could be posting videos on YouTube, or you could be creating good quality images, creating value in images and posting on Pinterest. You could be creating short videos and post them as reels, TikToks, things like that. You could be managing a group. You could be running a group and creating value inside the group. Okay, there's lots of things you could be doing. I'm going to show you another example right now of a way that I created value, because I really want you guys to understand content creation. There's a million different ways to do this, right? But you just got to find out something that's going to work for you. And so in this case, I'm going to show you an e-commerce project that I did. So let's share my screen here. So before I share this with you, this project again was free, just like the Beginogram. The Beginogram generated me like 10,000 leads. That ended up generating hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions because they were loyal and followed me. A lot of people are still following me to this day. This course right here generated millions of dollars in revenue. So I stepped it up and made millions of dollars, but applying the same content, applying the same stuff. So let's look at this. This right here is a private group. So now we're no longer on my Facebook profile, but we're inside of a private members only group. 52,500 members. Okay, so 52,000 members. And this group was for the 90-day e-com challenge. So what I did was I went live every day for 90 days. So if you look at this, right? 90-day ecom challenge, replays and notes. Access the notes here. We're going to go ahead and see if that link works. I don't know if I still own that domain, so I may not have it up because I may have not renewed that domain name. I guess I still have it. Okay. So these are like the notes, right? So I mean, look at this. 90-day ecom challenge, day 1, finding winning products. You know, if you're looking for a bonus training, because look, it's free. So I'm always kind of like promoting some stuff, right? So day 1 replay, there's the post to the group, topic, finding winning products, presenter, Chris Record, overview, and some notes right here. Look at all these notes that I'm giving away. Okay, that was and then follow me. And then day 2, print on demand for beginners. And then look at all this kind of stuff that I'm sharing. And again, this is years ago. This is back in 2017. Day 3, setting up your Shopify store. I'm just going in here and typing in all these things and putting in all these notes. Day 4, I did all of this for free. Okay. I want you to understand that when I talk about content creation, a lot of you think this looks hard. All it is that I went ahead and got my mindset different. This is not difficult. This is a mindset. And I'm going to talk about this for a minute. Day 5. And I mean, look, each one of these has a link that it goes to. All right. So look, this is 2 hours long. It's a 2-hour long video right here. Placing Facebook ads. Talking about all kinds of different stuff and writing in the document. It's a 2-hour long video placing Facebook ads.
Don't use that.
So I'm going in and using the topic of golf and cigars, and I'm combining 2 things together and blah, 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 and just teaching them. So the reality is that I want to talk for a minute about why this looks and feels complicated when really it's not. It's us. It's our minds that tend to complicate things. Okay. So first of all, I'm gonna stop sharing. First of all, is there anybody that agrees that going live for 90 days is not just content creation, but value creation? Would you guys agree I was a value creator? I was going live on Facebook every day for 90 days for free. Can anybody argue my stance on value? Does anybody here doubt that I believe in the concept of being a value creator? Like, you guys know action speaks louder than words, right? I can tell you, go be a content creator, go be a value creator. But doesn't this action speak even louder than that? You're actually seeing that I go live every single day for you. Every day I go live for hours. And you see here, I've been doing it for decades. So I've always, because I like logical outcomes. I like to be able to think, I don't want to leave it up to luck. I don't want to be like, maybe I can make $1 million. I don't like that. I'd rather say, like, what are some definite ways? What are some for sure strategies where I can make $1 million? What are some absolute for sure ways I can make $1 million? Let me choose one. Let me see it through. Right? It's a lot more predictable of an outcome, because it's not the making money that's hard, right? It's about choosing something and sticking to it. One thing that we have is we all have a problem, which is we know what to do to make millions of dollars. Most of us already know. But the problem is that instead of doing it, we're constantly like jumping around, doing a bunch of different things, trying to spin a bunch of different plates instead of just doing the thing that has the highest probability of our success. There are things out there that have the highest probability of our success. Almost in a way guaranteed that if we just stick this through, we are going to be very, very successful. And yet we don't do it. And so, like, when I look at something like this, when I look at this 90-day ecom challenge, when I came up with this, here was my thought process. My thought process was, in a worst case scenario, in an absolute worst case scenario, I think that I can make around $1 million in this. In a worst case scenario, if I could just commit to 90 days, going live every day with some promotion, I think I can make $1 million with it. Now, if I did this again right now, I think worst case, I can make $5 million with it. I could probably spend 3 months preparing for it and then 3 months doing it. And I think worst case, I could probably make $5 million. But back then I thought to myself, worst case, if I do this, worst case, I'm going to make $1 million. And I figured out how I'm going to make $1 million, right? So I knew I'm going to let them in for free, but they got to sign up for a Shopify trial in order to get accepted. So if they sign up for a Shopify trial through my affiliate link, then they'll get accepted. And at the time, I had worked out a really good payment with Shopify. So Shopify paid what's called a CPA. It's called a bounty. Instead of giving me a percentage of the monthly sale that they were making, they just gave me an upfront amount. They said, basically, we'll calculate like 6 months worth of their service, whatever, and we'll front it to you. They're paying hundreds of dollars per trial that converted, per free trial that turned into a paying customer. There was several $100s they're paying me. So I looked at the first things first is that bounty. I'm going to get a lot of upfront money, because not only are these people going to sign up for a trial, but in their first 2 weeks during the trial, they're going to learn how to use the platform. So now they're not going to want to quit, because this comes back into the sunk cost principle. So if you guys watch my trainings, hopefully you watch my trainings, you're on live right now, I teach something called a sunk cost principle. When somebody sinks enough into something, it's hard for them to back out. When you sink enough time and energy and money into a relationship, it's hard to back out of that relationship, even if there's red flags. Once you're involved in a marriage for a long enough time, there can be red flags, but you're so committed into the marriage, you can't just walk away from it. And if you have children, that's even another layer of commitment. There's things like that. In the gamification world, in the video game world, it's very popular that a player, you'll have like a virtual player. That player will increase their XP, their experience points. And so after you play this game for like a year, you've spent too much time building up your profile, your player account. You can't just walk away from that game, because now you've spent so much time. This is how these things work, the sunk cost principle. So I apply the sunk cost principle to pretty much all of my free trial marketing. or all of my monthly recurring marketing. If there's ever something where somebody has to pay a monthly recurring fee, this, by the way, this is mastermind level stuff. I hope I'm not going over beginners' heads right now. But if you're ever selling something that has a monthly recurring fee, you always need to apply this level of gamification to it. You always need to apply the sunk cost principle. So you need to make sure that either during their free trial or during their first month on their recurring membership, that they get enough out of it. They sink enough into it that they can't exit. So you got to get them to put enough in, right? So in the case of Internet Income System, our goal with the new onboarding system is that when somebody joins for $100 a month, they're going to take the time to go through and set up their high level, to be able to set up their website, to set up their Stripe, to set up the API accounts, to get it all connected, to set up the affiliate side, to go and swap out their links in the marketplace, to get everything set up. So now when their first month rebill comes along, what are the odds they're willing to just give up all of that work? What are the odds they're just going to abandon their website, abandon their Stripe, they're going to abandon all the affiliate links they set up and everything? The odds go significantly down that they're going to abandon that, right? They would have to be in real financial hardship to say, you know what, I'm just going to let it all go. But it's only $100, right? So by taking the time to do all of that, it's a sunk cost principle. We apply that principle here to our own business. I do it with everything I ever promote. So I know it's advanced, but sometimes I got to go advanced. Whenever you're promoting anything with any recurring revenue, you have to employ some type of sunk cost principle gamification. You have to get them to sink enough into it during their trial or during their first month that they cannot easily back out. This buys you time. Now you got maybe 2 or 3 months, but they eventually will still back out. But now you got 2 or 3 months to get to the ultimate retention factor, which is help them get a result. So in this case with Shopify, it would be to help them get a result of a sale. Now their store's actually made a sale. Now that dopamine boost is high. Now the monthly fee doesn't matter because they found a way to make money online. Same with Internet Income System. Help them make a sale. Get them 1 sale. Get them 2 sales. Once they get a couple sales, once they're making more money than their monthly fee, there's no way they'll ever quit. Network marketing is like this. The average network marketer doesn't get rich, but the average network marketer might be able to make a couple $100 a month, a few $100 a month, but they got to stay active on auto ship in order to collect it. So they'll be like, whatever, I'm making a couple $100 a month. It's costing me a couple $100 a month. It's a wash. And that's where the average person is at. They're maybe making enough to be able to cover their products. So they just keep buying products for decades, right? So what you really want to do is you want to employ this. Now, going back to my 90-day e-com challenge, what I did here was I had a 2-week trial on Shopify. So in the first 2 weeks, you guys saw the agenda, right? The first 2 weeks, I'm teaching them how to set up a Shopify store. I'm teaching them how to find products. In fact, let's go back and let's look at the first 2 weeks because I'm curious. I want you to now, when you're looking at this list, I don't want you to think about the training. I want you to think about all the way to day 14, how much information they have. Ask yourself on day 14, are they likely to allow their credit card to bill? Or do you think by day 14 of this that they're going to cancel, right? So I want you to think like that. If you think Chris's main goal here is to get somebody to at least pay their first month, right? That's why I'm giving it away for free. I'm trusting that they're going to pay. So think about, put on your business hat and think about it like that. Now let's look at this. So this is the 14 days. Day 1, finding winning products. Day 2, print on demand. Day 3, setting up your Shopify store, beginner friendly. Day 4, finding hot niche products to sell in your Shopify store. Day 5, Facebook advertising for beginners. Day 6, mindset, product research, and print on demand. Day 7, reverse engineering successful Shopify stores. Day 8, setting up Facebook fan pages for your Shopify store. Day 9, Shopify copywriting strategies that convert more sales. Day 10, live Shopify Q&A session. Day 11, how to find and hire outsourcers for your business. Day 12, how to design an amazing e-com graphics for free. Day 13, how to set up your Shopify store. Day 14, Shopify store reviews. Okay. Now the trial is over and the trial stops, and now it's going to be, at that time, it was $70 a month. You understand what I've done here? This is powerful. I am not just a content creator. I am a value creator. Those 14 days were free. All you had to do was sign up for a free trial using my affiliate link, and you got that for free. 50,000 members. I'm getting paid hundreds per trial that converts. This generated millions of dollars. Millions. one of the affiliate manager kind of not long ago sent me a I said I go, hey, do you have the exact number how much I made? This is the affiliate manager. And he's like, I don't have it. He's like, well, he talked to me about some other stuff. He's like, I don't have it exactly. He's like, back to your original question. When he's answering my question, he goes, it was millions. I think 3 million is safe to say. Because I was like, how much can I say? I don't even remember how much I made. It was so much money. Because that was just the Shopify affiliate commissions. This is the affiliate manager for Shopify just saying millions were made. Now, I want you to understand, there's obviously more that went into this, right? For example, I wasn't a beginner when I did this. This wasn't my first rodeo, right? Obviously, like, if you look at an example of like an NFL player, okay, let's take Brock Purdy, who's the quarterback of the 49ers, right? Brock Purdy, didn't really make any money during college, right? And then he got drafted into the NFL, but he got drafted last. So like they have all these rounds in the draft. And then there's the last round. That's like the worst people, but at least they made it. And then there's the last pick in the last round, and they have a nickname to this pick. When you're the last person picked out of all the entire NFL draft, you're called Mr. Irrelevant. You're called Mr. Irrelevant. Brock Purdy was given the name Mr. Irrelevant because he was the last person picked. That came along with just being a backup quarterback, sitting on a bench, and a very low salary. Super low for NFL standards, very low. Then the other quarterback got injured, whatever. Brock Purdy had to go in, and Brock Purdy ends up playing as quarterback, the main position for the 49ers, ends up winning pretty much all of his games. People just could not believe it. They thought it was a fluke. He ends up winning all these games, and he ends up going to the Super Bowl. Okay? He ends up going to the Super Bowl. But guess what? Because he's under contract as Mr. Irrelevant, he's still making one of the lowest incomes in the entire NFL. So he's one of the hottest players, one of the best players in the entire league. And his salary is still that of a backup quarterback who sits on the bench, who got picked as Mr. Irrelevant. Then next year or the year after or whenever, his salary is going to renew, and then he's going to be one of the highest paid people in the league. So he's going to jump from Mr. Irrelevant, bench sitting, small salary, to all the way up because he proved himself, and he's going to start making big money. That is what my journey was like. That's what your journey is going to be like. Your journey is you're not going to start as, you're not going to start as the number one starring quarterback out there. You're not going to be Patrick Mahomes for the Kansas City Chiefs and win the Super Bowl, right? That is further down in your journey. You may be yourself, Mr. or Mrs. Irrelevant. At least you're in the game though, right? Like at the end of the day, how many people didn't even make it? How many people aren't even on this Zoom? How many people didn't even get to this point? So I would rather be Mr. Irrelevant with a chance, with a shot to prove myself and earn the money I deserve than somebody who didn't even make the draft. Somebody didn't even make the cut. So you made the cut. You're Mr. or Mrs. Irrelevant, right? You haven't even really got a chance to play yet. That might be where you are in your journey. So when I'm showing you this is more like playing in a Super Bowl, making millions of dollars, right? You're not there yet. But just like Brock Purdy, you'll have the chance to prove yourself, and you'll have the chance to get there. And that's why I wanted to show you Beginogram. Beginogram was a little bit more of my, hey, the starting quarterback got injured. I can make a little course here. I'm just going to make it free because I don't even have a lot of confidence in selling this. I'm just going to make it free. And I'm not even really an expert. I haven't really played any football game. I'm just going to make it free. Just generate some leads. Then I'm going to build some value with these leads. The way I built value was my emails would be like value, 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 pitch. Value, 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 pitch. So, and if I ever took like a whole week to pitch a product or a few days to pitch a product, I would take a whole next week and just do some free trainings, free value. I'd find stuff online. I would use this tool that would take blog articles, convert them to PDF documents, and then I would put my own branding on it, and I would email those PDF documents to my list. That was how I created value. Okay. In fact, just on a tangent, I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you that because I think you also should see what I was doing. So I used this tool back in the day. I don't know how hot it is now. Print Friendly. Okay. It's got a new logo. That's pretty much the main thing that's changed. So back in the day, this was how I created value for my list. This is the where you got to start somewhere, right? I'm coming off the bench. I'm Brock Purdy. I'm coming off the bench and I'm supposed to get in the game, but I don't have any value yet. Well, what about OPV? Other people's value. OPC, other people's content. So right now, I get to simply go here into Google and I could say, best Instagram tips for marketing. Okay. So you're just going to kind of go past the sponsored. By the way, I always scroll down past sponsored. I don't ever bother with those when I'm looking for. I want to see what are the organic ones that rank high, right? So first of all, here, look at this. Google is already curating 15 tips for me. So right off the bat, it's kind of genius. This is a lot better than when I started. But we're gonna do something like this, okay? Instagram marketing strategy guide, tips for 2024. So what I would do is back in the days, what I would do is I would just grab this article, copy it, copy the link. I would go over to Print Friendly, and then what I would do is I would just paste it here and then preview. And what it's doing is generating the page. Let me make it a little smaller. It's generating the page. And now what I've got is I've got a PDF document. So I've got this whole document here. It just took the article and built a PDF document for free. And there it is. I'm going to scroll through it right now and just kind of show you. This whole entire PDF document got built with screenshots are all in it. The text is all in it. Everything's in it. This stuff right here doesn't look very good. Warby Parker, this section just kind of didn't really show up good. So I could kind of delete this. But all I gotta do is just go like that, delete. You can just delete anything you don't want in here. So I might just delete this. Watch, I'm gonna delete this, delete this, delete this. So before you start up a storm, if you're all about creating awareness, good. So I just go through and if there's anything I want to delete, I just delete it. You can even schedule Instagram stories too. There's a YouTube video, there's this and that. Going through, same kind of thing here. I could delete these because these weren't even really, just like that. Boom. So I can go through, I could go through, not going to do them in this example, but I can go through, I can clean up this document. If there's any advertisements in here, I could take them out. But look at this whole entire article, right? There it is. There's this free 30-day trial. We're going to get started there. We're going to delete this, going to delete this, delete this. Okay, delete this. There you go. We got a PDF. Just like that. We got a whole PDF. And we're just going to click here, PDF. And then we're going to download it. And then we're going to call this, in this example, we're going to call this Instagram tips for marketing. Okay. I'm going to save it to AI Beats folder just because I have that one open. So now we got this Instagram tips, AI Beats. We got this folder. Let's go ahead and open it. And let's look. So now we got just like that. Now we have this, this Instagram entire thing. See how simple this was? Just like that. We got this whole entire document here. So now what I have is what I've got is I've got something like this. Now, what I'll likely do is I will likely go to either Google Docs or Canva. And then what I'll do inside of Canva or Google Docs is I will actually create a cover for it. Okay, so I'm going to kind of show you what that looks like real quick. And this is what I did. This is what I did to be able to create so much content, so much value. And it just years later, the principle still works, right? Because I was using other people's content. That's kind of what I'm teaching you. So this was Canva. This is from yesterday's training. So we're going to start a new one. And what would you like to create? Let's just call it let's say we want to create a book cover. Okay. And so you can kind of see like all the different stuff that they have, all these different things that they have. There's a book cover. They got all these different, we could put there's so many different things you could do. You could try to find like the right sizes for the stuff you want to do. We're just going to go ahead and go with a book cover real quick just to see. And then they have like all these different types of book covers that just have as defaults, just like this, so then you just, find something that you think would be good. So let's just we'll just take something and we just take this and we go Instagram marketing. 10 tips for Instagram marketing, free ebook for marketers. Then we say repurposing a Hootsuite article. There you go. We give him some credit. You know what I'm saying? Give him some credit. And then down here, I'll go Chris Record via Hootsuite blog. There we go. And now we got this right here, right? So then we just go here, we can just download this thing, all right? Download PDF, just like that. Okay. So now it's just downloading this PDF marketing cover that we just did right there. Put it in the AI Beats folder again. We'll just go same thing, Instagram for tips, and we'll just for marketing, cover photo, something like that. And now there's other tools you can do like this, where you can just do like merge PDF. And there's tools where you can just literally go and you can merge two PDFs together, right? So in this case, you know, you could merge these two different PDFs together into one, right? So you can go and you can select which files you want. Let's say we want the cover photo and we want this one. You can select these and you can merge these into one. There's lots of tools out there that do this. This is just an example that I'm using right now, just on the spot, right? But there's lots of tools that'll let you to be able to do it. And then you can go and you can combine them. And there's plenty of tools out there. You don't have to use this one. You can go find one that works for you. My point is that this stuff is easier than you think, right? Your combined PDF is ready. Okay, so this is what my PDF looks like now. Now it starts off with this beautiful cover, and then it gets right into the rest of the PDF for everybody. So now I could sit here and I could put together whatever cover I want inside of minutes, repurpose somebody else's content. Then what I would also do is I would create an end letter. At the very end, I would put a call to action for something, right? So now that I have something like this, I could just go on High Level and create an opt-in page and get people to opt in and get it. And then I could always just put it on a video funnels page. Video funnels allows you to have PDF downloads. The tools now just make it 10 times easier. I guess if there's one point that I'm making you guys, is that this stuff is so easy that a decade ago I was doing it without any of the same ease. And yet the principles still work. If I were going to do it today, I would still do it. I would basically say, hey, other people's content, PDFs, work as a lead magnet. So what I could do is I could be generating leads with these. I could always have the marketing. I'd always have all these little resources, all these little lead capture pages. I could try advertising on TikTok. I could try getting leads on Facebook. But at the same time, I could be taking this and giving it away to my existing list to create value with them. So now what I'm doing is I'm a value marketer. I'm a value creator instead of a content creator. I'm out there creating value. And when you think like this, it's so much simpler. So I want to go back to a thought that I had earlier, and I didn't get a chance to finish it, which is when you saw my 90-day ecom challenge, you might have thought that looked hard. The notes were so much and this and that. But listen, those are just my notes because I take notes. But the question is, do you take notes? See, in these 2-hour sessions, your notes should, the value that you're able to take away should be far greater value than anything I have shared with you so far. Just your notes have more value than any of this. Just your notes put into a PDF document. Listen. This document I just made, right? Look at this thing. We could have done this same title right here for you, okay? We could have done this for you. Did I even spend it? By the way, did I even spend any time on this? I don't even know that I spent 30 seconds on that. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't even know that I spent 30 seconds creating this. So it can't be hard. So what I'm saying is, what if you took your notes, some detailed notes from a single session, and what if you organized them like this with a PDF cover photo, then you organized your notes, and then at the end of your notes, whatever, you got 3-4 pages of notes, then at the end of your notes, you have a call to action here. And the call to action could, again, just be something like, it could just be something like this again, right? Something clean, you find like a little call to action thing. You could use the same call to action, right? And your call to action could be like, you know, whatever kind of content, right? Like some type of call to action that gets people excited to be able to learn more. Do you want to watch the full 2-hour training where Chris Record breaks this down? These are just my notes. We go live in our community every single day. We have hundreds of videos like this. If you want to watch these videos, then all you got to do is click the link below to join the community. And then you would just put your link up there. You know, you'd put your link, whatever it is, and it'd be a call to action on every single thing. You figure out, you try it out. So then you have a cover photo for each session, your notes, and a call to action. Then you go into high level and you create a lead capture page. It's just not hard. And now you got people that are downloading your notes, right? And so when people download your notes, the lead capture page, you don't even really need a lead. It just depends on where you're marketing. You don't even need one. You could just tell people to DM you. You could just be talking about it and just be like, hey, DM me for my notes. And you could just add their name and email to your list. You know what I'm saying? There's so many ways to do it. It's just so much simpler. Content creation is easier than you think. Now, so everything I'm showing you in the 90-day challenge is like, that's just us freestyling for 90 days. Like the value you're getting now is even better, right? So I do want to say this though. Let's go back to these buckets of social media platforms, right? So you got all these buckets. You got the TikTok bucket, you got the Instagram, you got the Facebook, you got the YouTube, you got the Pinterest, you got the LinkedIn, you got, all these other, you got all these live streaming platforms, you got crypto social networks, you got networks that have communities, you got school and Discord, and you got all those just different places you can build communities, and they're all like social networks. Then you look at yourself as a value creator instead of a content creator. You are a value creator. You are somebody who creates value. Now, apply everything I've taught. Figure out how to apply that to your own personal profiles, to the network, to the profiles you already have. How can you show up as a value creator in your world? How can you show up as a value creator? How can you, right? How can either you create content yourself? How can you leverage other people's content? How can you leverage AI content? How can you create faceless content, all of which is serving value to your following to the point where they know you, like you, and trust you? You'll know you are serving value based on the engagement that you're getting. So in the beginning, you will have to experiment. You will have to experiment with different forms of value to figure out what works. And here's the thing. In the long run, this will always beat everything because it is a principle. It is a principle. In the long run, it will always beat everything. A practice is more like throwing up on people. A practice would be something like, oh my God, you guys, we have 100% commission opportunity. There's never been anything like this in the industry. That is just, you're talking about a specific moment in time where there's something. That is not principle based. That's why I don't ever lead with that. You guys might be saying like if you look at how I market, if you look at what I do, I always lead with the value people are going to get and how it's so worth it. And then so you lead with that, and then how just a couple, because there's 100% commission, just a couple of referrals compensates that. So at the end of the day, because that alone is all it takes, right? I don't want to bring in people that are just opportunity chasers. No one's really going to create any real wealth off opportunity chasers. And if you do, you're just going to have people that just jump all over the place. It's going to be, you're going to have having somebody who tries to cross recruit everybody else, trying to promote all their opportunities. Opportunity chasers are not what you want. You want to build a tribe. You want to build a following. You want to build people who know you, like you, and trust you. Okay. So I could easily just go out there and just chase opportunity seekers and just be like, oh my God, join, it's 100% commissions. What do you have to lose? Just try 1 month. I could do that. And yeah, I'm going to get some sales, but that's just not the right quality I'm looking for. I'm looking for the type of person that's not just going to get in, but is going to show up to the Zooms, is going to take notes, is going to start applying this stuff, is likely to be able to go all in with this program. Somebody who's going to see it through long enough where they can actually get some results. And then when they get the results, somebody who can double down and be able to start to scale up their business, and somebody who's willing to sink their teeth in and really take this serious, and somebody whose life can be changed as a result, and somebody who's genuine and authentic and really is a good part of the family, somebody who I'm proud of to be here in the community with us. That's what I'm looking for. So the reason why I go on there and I do these reviews and I go into what we call the review zone and I kind of pick apart people's promotions is because most everybody's leading with the opportunity, whereas I don't teach that. So I wonder where you guys get it from. That's what I was saying. I'm confused all the time. I don't know who taught you at some point in history that it was a good idea to lead with the opportunity. Now, like I said, there's exceptions. You can take somebody like me. I've already been in the game 20 years. I've already got thousands of comments on my content. I've got 50,000 followers. I already have a track record. I can lead with opportunity. So you might be seeing other big people leading with opportunity. So you think, oh, they're leading with opportunity and it's working. So I'll lead with opportunity and it'll work. But the problem is it won't, because you're on the stair 1 and they're on stair 10. So they've already earned it, right? They've built a following that they can do that for. You haven't yet. So you still need to do what you need to do to get up some stairs first. And that has to be building KLT factor with value. So again, big picture, you are a content creator, whether it's personal, whether it's OPC, whether it's faceless, whether it's stuff like I just showed you, you're a content creator. And I'm having you replace the word content with value. If you see yourself as a value creator, right? In fact, for those of you that are live right now, I've never even checked this whole Zoom, how many people are on. Okay, got a lot of people on. For those of you live right now, I want you to type this in the chat. Okay, you ready? I am a value creator. Take the time to spell it out. Declare it. Declare it as an affirmation right now. Because when you commit to the belief, you'll actually become a value creator. So say this often. Think about this often. The way that the power of the subconscious mind, I don't want to get too deep into mindset, but this is how it works. The power of the subconscious mind, right? When you think you can't do something, then your subconscious mind will look for evidence to support that belief. So I can't afford it. Your subconscious mind will then look for evidence to be able to continue to support that belief that you can't afford it. An example will be debt, or a negative bank account, or a low bank account, or here's some other things you also can't afford. There's lots of things you can't afford. The subconscious mind is so powerful. If you switch it and you say, how can I afford it? If you simply go, how can I afford it? Now your subconscious mind is going to look for ways to be able to afford it, right? So your subconscious mind is going to look for evidence to back up that belief. So if your belief that you're stating is, how can I afford it? Now the subconscious mind goes, what are some things in the past that you were able to afford that you didn't think you are? What are some examples of history or times in your life where you were able to overcome something like this? What are some ways, some creative ideas to be able to make some more money? So I am a value creator. I am a value creator. I am a value creator. Now your subconscious mind needs to go to work to try to make that belief real. So it needs to go look for evidence to make that belief real, right? So now your subconscious mind is going to look for times in the past where maybe you were creating value and you have created value. It's going to look for times maybe you helped somebody and they were thankful and they were grateful, and you realize you have a lot to offer in this world. You have a lot to give to others. You have some superpowers that you may not realize. And then you'll start to gain evidence. And as you gain evidence, this belief will start to gain conviction. Once you get totally convicted, you will just become a content creator. It will just be your new identity. So you need to go through the stages of the subconscious mind. It starts with, I am a value creator. And then it's two parts. One is the subconscious mind, which is going to go to bat. You got to keep reminding it. The other is the conscious mind. What can you personally do to increase this belief? What can you do? What can you look for? What evidence can you find? Find some people that are like you in the vast world of the internet. Find some people that are like you that are creating content and could be like, hey, people like me are value creators. It's not a hard thing. You know, you look for some proof. You're like, man, I could take notes and I can share notes. That is a value creator. There are things you can do. There are always things you could do. Do you see what I'm saying? You are looking for actual conscious evidence to support your belief and subconscious evidence to support your belief. Eventually, once your belief is supported, you will just simply own it as an identity and you will be a value creator. So what I want to say with this whole entire topic is that I didn't want to just teach you too many individual ways to create content. I wanted to teach you a system for limitless ways to create content. Truly limitless ways to create content. Because once you understand that content is actually value, and once you understand value is just experimenting to see what your audience might like. It might be experimenting with sharing value as a picture, sharing value as a as a video, sharing value in the caption, sharing value as a live stream, sharing value under faceless, sharing value through ads, sharing value through other people's content. It's an experiment to be able to find something that eventually is going to resonate with you, right? Because if you allow yourself to have this unlimited opportunity of unlimited ways to create value, then you're going to be able to play around enough to find something that suits your personality, something that you can actually stick with long enough. And then once you become a value creator, you'll watch as things start to turn around for you. You're going to start to watch that you will truly impact a lot of people. And it's not that your posts are going to go more viral. I mean, shoot, value's value, but you'd probably go more viral just taking hot takes on stuff and being controversial. You know what I'm saying? Value is a little different. You're giving value specific to a niche audience. What I would recommend is just getting really good at building an audience that's into something specific and providing them value to that audience. Example, let's say that I was comfortable with network marketing. Let's say I've been in the network marketing industry for years, okay? Hypothetically, let's say I've been in for years. I've read books. I've attended seminars, conferences, Zooms, weekly calls, maybe even hotel meetings if I'm old school. I've been in the game long enough that I've got journals full of notes. I've got journals full of all the stuff that I got from all these conferences. So what I could do is I could begin to kind of go back through and start going to the archives and finding some network marketing principles that would be valuable to a newer network marketer. And I could come out and I could do a whole series on just sharing some network marketing principles like feel, felt, found. Do you know what I'm saying? So like you could take a niche like network marketing and you could start to pull from your own experience. Say, I feel a little confident. I've never been a millionaire. I've never made much money in network marketing, but I was always loyal. I always went to events, always went to conferences, always got on the calls. So I've absorbed a lot like a sponge, right? So I do have something to share. I've got that knowledge I can share. So now you've got knowledge that you can share, network marketing. Now you just need to build an audience of network marketers. So let's do that really quick. We got a few minutes. Let's do that as our next thing. So in this case right here, okay, let's go into, let's go to network marketing tips. Okay, so we're just going to go Google. We're going to go past the sponsored ads. 17 tips for network marketing success. There we go. We've already got something. Okay, how to succeed in network marketing. 4 things successful network marketing professionals do. So what I'll do is I'll watch this video and I'm going to do the 4 things. I may not even watch it. I may just skip down here and see if the 4 things are there. Look at the chapters right here. And just see what information I could find. Look at the comments, see if did somebody summarize this video? And if none of that, I may just use an AI tool like this one right here. What is this? Glasp. I may summarize with Glasp. Here it is. There's a summary right there, given the whole entire thing. Or I could view an AI summary just like this. How can I help you today? Let's do the AI summary. There it is. And it's giving me an AI summary right here. There we go. In real time, in seconds. Successful network marketers focus on selling valuable products and services using word-of-mouth advertising. So already, just like this, I've already got value. I didn't even watch the video yet. I was busy clicking some links, and it was all that fast. Do you see what I'm saying? You guys see what I'm saying? It's just value. It's just so quick. Network marketing concepts, okay? It's all that simple. You could just ask ChatGPT to summarize it for you. There's all these different things. Top 9 network marketing tips. And you can plug this stuff in and have ChatGPT even rewrite it, Or we can just even go here and go, can you give me a list of 10 tips for network marketers? There we go. You can just start gaining some information, right? So, and then what you could do is you could take any one of these things and you could expand upon it. So if I really do a good job, let's say these 10 things were good and I liked them all, I could actually expand them into a 10 post series, right? So now I can expand them into a different 10 post series that I'm now looking for, I could basically write in the captions. I'll use the captions for the content and I'll create some sort of really cool, probably like ChatGPT version of like an image for these, So it'll be like set clear goals, personal development, So I might even say, create an image of a YouTube thumbnail for a logo that says personal development. Make it colorful and epic and include entrepreneur themes such as a laptop, etc. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to spend any time on this, but that's just kind of like what I'm saying is that kind of stuff that just that easy. All of this stuff is just so easy. And then next thing you know, it's just going to start creating some graphics and you can mess around with it. It's probably going to be the first one's usually lame and then it kind of gets better at a certain point and you just kind of figure it all out from there and you just start going. So there's just so many things that you can do. And there not only is there so many things that you can do, but you can also sit there, you know, look, didn't have any text on it. So watch, now add the text for the logo that says personal development, whatever, you know, or try any of the other ones. Probably spell it wrong the first time, but you guys get the point. So yeah, the idea is just really kind of figuring out how to be able to create content, how to be able to go in there and even just be able to create some images. Now, even if it doesn't create an image, I could take something like this right here and I could just take this, save it, save image as, right? Save that image and then go over to, let's say, Canva, load it into, you know, for this one, we're going to look for a different thing, right? So we're going to do like a presentation. Let's say presentation 16 by 9. It could be a square though, too. And we're going to go upload that image that we just got, upload that. There's the image, drag it in there. And then we'll drag in some text, and we'll call this, you know, personal development. Okay, just like that. And let's make this, you know, let's make this any kind of font we want. Let's just make it let's just see what this one looks like really quick. And we're gonna make it a color. So let's make it, let's say white. And no, let's make it black actually. And let's make it really big. And let's change it. Sorry, I gotta move the zoom thing down. Let's change the letter spacing really quick, just like that. Make it a little bit bigger. Okay, and let's just say it was tip number 5 or something like that. So we're also going to just clone this one right here, duplicate, and let's call this one tip number 5. There's tip number 5, personal development. Let's make this one a little bit smaller. Let's make it 100. So there you go. You got that image in the background, tip number 5, just like that. Got it all centered. There's this one centered right there. And then we're going to take this and duplicate it and make it white. And drag that on top and then kind of like nudge it with the arrows to give it a little bit of a thing. And let's maybe make it instead of white. Let's see if we can make it blue, gray, green. There we go. I like that one, that purple. We're going to duplicate this one. Same thing, make it purple and kind of drag it off to the side. Same thing we did with the one above it. Give it some shadows like that. There we go. Take this one in the back here. Let's make the background behind it black. Let's take this image and make the full screen. And now let's take this transparency, go all the way dark, and go all the way up a little bit. There you go. You got a graphic, right? So just like that, just playing with it. And now you can mess around with these colors, maybe even go a little bit lighter. You can always click on it right here and get it exactly where you kind of want it. Maybe you want it right there. Copy that and use it for the same one here. So I'm saying you got all this kind of stuff, right? And now you got a little bit more on the bottom. So you could take this right here, duplicate that down, and you could just say, you know, at Chris Record. Something like that. Center that a little bit. Make that one black. Duplicate it. Make this one that color. Put it right over. Nudge it over, give it some shadows. And we're good to go. So just like that, there's a lot of stuff you could do. You go to elements if you wanted. You can grab a line, take a line, make it a little bit bigger, something like that. There you go. Take that line, maybe make it that color too. Some stuff you could do there. So now you can go with this back to this original one and mess with it all the way dark, all the way light, kind of see where's the draw where you could do. And this is just one right here that I'm just like playing with, right? And that's not even including the fact that I could probably get it to say personal development on it. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes, try again. Hold on. Yes. Try again, but make sure the words are spelled right. Personal development. Okay. So anyways, You guys get the point. Content creation, right? So I could do something like this. It doesn't even need to be wide. This probably won't, it'd probably be better if it was a square one or whatever, but it could be something like this where, you essentially have, you essentially have the ability to be able to use the bio as you use the bio as, oh, sorry, my computer's on. Use the bio or use the description as a place to be able to, get more information about it, right? So you can literally have something as the content and then use the description as the place to actually provide the tip. So if you were to go to Facebook, this right here is the content, but the description up here is the place where you could actually provide the information. That's where you could share the information. And this video could be a picture. It could be a video. Another thing you can do is just create some slides. What about just something like this? That's just slide one. And now you just have some slides. You just create a little template, so here's your little template. So you'd be like, tip number one, like this, duplicate that. And then we're going to just go ahead and find what was that tip. It was, tip number one, whatever, successful network. Let's just say it's this one. I don't really care. So there's this, and we're going to kind of mess with it. Okay, so there's this text. So let's make that text something that we want to use. Let's make it something we actually think would work a little bit better. Let's use Montserrat bold. Let's make it space it a little bit better right here, get it all a little bit better. Let's make it a little bit smaller, get it all to fit. It's a big tip. Okay, let's get rid of this one on the bottom. So there we kind of got this. Let's make it a little bit more centered. So find a little box right there on both sides. Box. And let's call this, network marketing mastery. So now we got kind of like a network marketing mastery vibe. I don't know if I like it like that. Let's make it wide all the way to the edge. And we're creating a slide template. That's how we can create content. Network marketing mastery. So let's take this whole entire thing. Let's change that font also to, let's just try different fonts. Click through them. Let's go with that one. There we go. Let's find a brand color that we like. Let's go with orange. So now we got network marketing mastery. We got this right here. Let's go, instead of Montserrat bold, maybe find something that's kind of cool. Popular fonts. You can go around and you can kind of find some stuff. Okay. Looking a little bit better right here. So network marketing mastery, we're just creating some content, right? So we got this. Let's duplicate this. Let's make it white. And let's say day 7. Let's say value-based marketing. Okay. So there's day 7, value-based marketing, kind of the focus. Boom. Now I'm starting to create something that has some value to it, right? So I'm taking whatever information I have, I'm creating almost like a little course out of it. What I'd probably do is even go a little bit better into the, like I would go even better into like the backgrounds. I'd probably create like a whole bunch of like backgrounds that I could use from, like AI. I'd probably create like a bunch of really cool AI backgrounds. We're going to try a couple real quick. So you take a background, kind of that's what it looks like right there. But you could always go to transparency and make it all the way black and then just make it in a little bit. So now you kind of see like it looks like a person speaking on stage, but I don't really fully love it. The Chris record here is a little bit dark, not as good as it could be. So you can kind of like mess around and you could try some different things like that. There's another one that looks pretty good right there. It's got this thing in the middle, but these things aren't popping as much, but it might be able to get a little darker. So you mess around and you can actually get what feels like a pretty clean looking thing, right? There's lots of different things. There's also effects you could do. So you can sit here and you can mess around with like different glows, different effects, different shadows, different everything. See if you want to get something that maybe comes across. Maybe like, hey, just that glow right there alone was worth it. So you start to create these slides, and then you could always do stuff like this, like on the bottom. Let's say like the bottom right of all your slides. We'll align that text to the right there. And we can do at Chris Record. So I've always got a promotion going on the bottom right. So we look at the font here. That font is 60. This font is 60. We're going to make it maybe half, something like small and out of the way. Maybe put it like right there and tuck it. There you go. So now it's on the bottom of every single slide. And just like that, I might even make this one orange as well with a glow. There you go. So just like this, just an example. I'm not saying this is the best right here. I think this, for example, is not doing what it should do. But you could find some stuff that'll work, right? You can find some fonts that'll work. You can find some styles. You can find like, let's go, baby snoo, bold. There you go. There's different stuff you could do. You know what I'm saying? So you can find something that's going to work for you, right? And the idea is you could actually put together like a slideshow like this, right? And now there's a lot of things you could do. Like I could actually take and I could have a talking avatar literally reading this content. I could have an avatar down here on the bottom left corner even, you know, reading that content. You know, it could be something as simple as this that I turn into a talking avatar. Look at how quickly I just made that. There you go. This guy down here, talking avatar down here, just reading that. I use a tool like HeyGen, and I use a tool like PlayHT. I could even clone my voice, clone your voice. You don't have to be the person. There it is. I got something where the guy could be reading. Maybe put this up a little bit higher just so it fits a little bit better. And I got something where he could be reading stuff and doing stuff. And I just grabbed that as a quick little picture, you know? So another example could be, or if I could create a template, I could duplicate it. And let's take this one out of here. And let's take this out of here. And let's maybe grab in something like this and put him down here, right? So now you got Russell Brunson over here creating it. So, and you can, honestly, you can have these things animated. It's not hard to have these things animated. In fact, I do think that I did animate him. Let me see if I can search really quick. If I can find the animation of him, I'll play it for you. I just don't know if I saved it to the computer or not. Real quick. Let's see, it would be a video. If so, I will. Yeah, it looks like I do have it. Okay. So yeah, so it would look something like this.
Hi there, my name is Russell Brunson and welcome to another ClickFunnels tutorial video. In this video, we will be talking about our new video sales funnels.
So we're going to edit that video and remove the background. It's going to do it in the background. It's going to take a minute. But yeah, you just create a video, remove the background, crop it in however you want it. And you can turn images like this into talking avatars. And I already showed you how to do this in previous ones. You can turn them into talking avatars. It's going to take a minute to make this. I had it, I think, in another one up here. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I want to show you. I'm also going to show you, while that's going, I'm also going to show you there's stuff like this. Okay. Let's go Instagram.com/. So there's just endless faceless sites, right? So here's a faceless site with 343,000 followers, right? So it's just a faceless site. And let's see. So 24 days ago, I created this faceless account. It's grown to over 100,000 followers and it's generated 18,000 in sales during that time. And it's just her walking with a coffee cup. Okay. So the idea, another idea for endless content is a lot of people get really concerned about what they should be posting. But this girl wanted to prove that she just never even needs to show her face. Okay. So she's just literally just walking with a cup of coffee and sharing some results. These results could be things that you created on TikTok ads or some results you created or some examples of AI logos you created in just minutes with no experience. It's just about figuring out how to position the content, right? So in this one, it's just her just walking and drinking coffee. And she says, when it's only February 22nd, you've already cracked 6 figures as a side hustle. You almost didn't start. So she's kind of leveraging some of that. She's using thumbnails and all these things to make it a little bit more draw. You're tired of seeing digital marketers sharing results like this, but you want to know the hype is about and how they actually make money. Comment master. And look at this, she's just drinking coffee again. And so there's people that are just finding little things like, what is this? Just, there's a book, you know, she puts her hand on a book and that's it. It's about the freedom. So it's just going and doing, you know, the signs to go faceless, you know, and then look at this. So this is a perfect example. Now I like this clip. Watch this. What is this? What are we looking at? Are we looking at, I don't know what we're looking at. She's stirring a drink with some ice in it. The best I can make of this. But look at this. Look at this. Look what it says. 3 signs that you need a faceless account. So this looks like it was just done real simple. It's just text. It's just looping, right? 3 signs you need a faceless account. But then here are the signs is the post. So you can be like, 3 AI tools that you must have if you're a marketer. And you go, here are the 3 tools. And then tool number 1, boom. Tool number 2, boom. Tool number 3, you know? And if you want the full guide of 21 tools, comment guide or click the link in my bio. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a lot of people think it's harder than it is. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, look at this. This is something anybody could do. That's my point. Okay. Hi, I'm Tina, a very average person who started this account 2 months ago, has made over 100,000, didn't have enough time, blah, 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 blah. How is she making that money? Well, let's dive into it. I'm a very average person. I'm a mom of 2 people. She just tells her story. So look at that. She's just telling her story right here in a post, right? So essentially what I'm saying is, this is an example. She's going with aesthetic, right? And she's growing the account by just going in and sharing this kind of stuff. A lot of this stuff can be done this way, where you just put text on a screen while filming your computer, or while filming a glass of wine, while filming yourself walking, while filming, what is this? Oh, it's her too. I was gonna say, is she just filming a shower? I don't even know what she's doing. Just filming random stuff around the house. Okay, so yeah. So anyways, like, what is this? It's just filming herself scrolling on a phone. It's not even scrolling with this. That's it. Not many know about this one viral strategy, and then it's right here. Boom. The remix feature, da-da-da, here's what I'm doing, da-da-da-da. So she's just sharing something, right? So there's stuff like this that you're going to be able to, there's stuff like this you're going to be able to use. So anyways, you can keep going with these personal development pictures. Eventually you'll get one that's going to be spelled right. And you got something for each day. You got slides you could build with it. I'm just giving you bad examples right here. These are bad examples, but whatever. You guys get the point, right? Is that I could even do something like this and get Russell as a little bit more of the main character. You know, I could make it good. What I'm saying, I'm not really trying that hard right now, but I could make something really clean and really good. And it might even be something more of a branded background. You know, it might even be something like that. You know, so I'm going to go in, I'm going to figure out like a slide template, something I'm going to get excited about, something that's going to work. Something like this right here, and I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna find something, mess with the colors, mess with everything. I'm going to get to a point where I've got something that works, something I feel comfortable with, whatever that I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna create a whole entire campaign around value. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. And even something as simple as this, like just creating slides, it could really work. You know, you're just creating content. You're finding content that's out there, and then just kind of aesthetically just trying to make it look good. Maybe make it more appealing to women or more appealing to men, more appealing to younger people. Because you could also take the concept, right? So we could even go to elements. Let's say luxury car. Okay. So we could even do something like this, where you just go to photos and you just grab like a luxury car. Okay. And we put it like that. And then we go and we grab that same text like that and grab the same text here. Okay. So you could still figure out a way to make it look like the aesthetic that you're looking for. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you can find something that's going to work for you. That's going to be the idea and the draw that you want to have, right? And you can go, and this just takes seconds to do. Content creation is simple to do, right? So you just create another one like this, and you got the next day. And you create another one like this. You're looking maybe for some cars that have some room to be able to put something on the side. There's another one. And you got a theme that you can go, and you got something you could do every single day. You're looking for stuff that has enough room to be able to put some text around it. That's really all you're doing. And every single day you got a different car. This would appeal to a younger audience. This appealed more to people that are motivated by like success or luxury things. And you can even find like a successful font. You know, and something like this, I might even be looking more for like a cursive font. So instead of just something like that basic right there, right? So go to effects, we'll go to shadow, we'll make the shadow black, just like that, no transparency. And, you know, you can offset it a little bit less, value-based marketing. And then you go to a font, and, you know, you could do text styles. You know, you can go into font, you can go try cursive. And let's see if there's some cursive fonts, you know, and you can go through and just click on these and see if there's anything you think that maybe even looks like more professional. So you can go through and just click on a bunch and until you find something that you think is good that you'd want to run with. Right? So you kind of go through and say, maybe there is something like really professional that looks clean. I'm not saying cursive's the one to do, by the way. But then when you do find it, You just move on. And then now you've got like a theme and you know kind of what style is going to fit you, and make sure it's readable if you're going to do it. And then make sure you find the colors that work well. You know, sometimes I'll use brand colors. Like I'll look at the photo colors and I'll figure out, okay, what kind of photo colors are there here that work, and kind of mess with some of those. Maybe the black is the way to do it. So I'll go back to effects and change that shadow from black to white, right? See if that looks a little bit cleaner. No. So you can kind of mess it up, maybe change it black to blue, black to blue, black to blue. You kind of find something that might work, black and gray. Maybe black and gray looks a little bit better. And you start figuring it out. You get things looking just the right size. Day 7, value-based marketing. And then you get your little quote there. And now you've got something. Now, when you're ready, you're just going to go here. You're going to pull up your thing. You're going to record your whole screen. And you go, okay, in today's video, we've got 10 tips that we're going to teach you about network marketing. So let's go ahead and start with tip number 1. Is to be a value-based marketer. So successful network marketers focus on selling valuable products and services using word-of-mouth advertising, emphasizing the power of testimonials and personal recommendations. The second tip that we have right now is network marketing mastery. In this tip, we're going to teach you about feel, felt, found. Now, let's go to our tip number 3. Tip number 3, we're going to talk to you about building a brand and da-da-da. You're just reading your screen, you're filming it, and you're good to go. And then when you're done filming it, you got a little video. Now you can either have an AI reading that script, or you could just take the script and you can make it an AI voice. You can make it your own voice. You can do whatever you want. The game is not hard. The game is not hard. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to empower you with an unlimited resource to be able to create videos, to be able to create opt-in pages, content, to be able to create membership sites that are free, to be able to post social media content, to be able to make videos or just pictures or just videos with nothing on them, that the tips are in the description. Be able to do it on any social network. Everybody's doing it. You just got to figure out what's going to work for you. So listen, that was 2 hours of pure value. We always got tomorrow. If you guys like it, we can pick it back up. Hopefully you've enjoyed this session. Hopefully it was a mind opener. I try to do my best to flood as much information as I can into 2 hours. So it is what it is. It's how I like to train. So you guys are here because you guys don't mind the style of training, but it's how I like to train. I just like to take advantage of the full 2 hours, make it as much value as possible. And you guys can always watch the replay. All right. With that being said, I'm going to wrap up. I got a big night ahead of me, and I also have to plan. I also have planning for the mastermind. We have a mastermind this weekend, our first in-person meetup for the Internet Income System in Atlas. It's our first in-person meetup. We've not met up before in person, officially. So we still have to plan a social event. I think we're going to do at Area 15. And then we have the venue for Saturday and Sunday. We need to make sure that we got like all the stuff we need for it, and the lights and the cameras, and make sure we got someone that can record. I mean, there's a little bit of work that goes into it. This first one, I'm not too worried about. First one, I wouldn't even care. I don't honestly have any cares about this first one. It's just like, hey, let's just all get in person. Like, I feel like the first one's already going to be magical and special just because it's the kickoff, you know? So it's like, I'm not even worried about it. I'm not trying to make it something too crazy. Just a bunch of family getting together, sharing ideas, meeting each other, hanging out. I think we got 30 of us or something like that are going to be there, that are flying in. So are we canceling the sessions? Nope. I'm still doing Thursday and Friday. I'm doing Friday and then going to the social event afterwards. Yo, I don't quit on the family. You know what I'm saying? I go straight from the Friday session straight to the social event with everybody, straight into all day Saturday and all day Sunday. You guys think I'm scared? You guys think I'm scared of creating value? Come on. The Godfather doesn't quit on the Godfather doesn't quit on the family. No, I'm not taking a break. I may get someone else to fill in for me, but no. Y'all are not going to you're not going to convince me to take breaks. It's not how I work. I'm going to tell you guys this much. I know you mean well, but if you convince me to take a break, I'm going to take a month off. Taking a day off is not a break, okay? Do you guys understand? That is not a break. It's not sufficient. If I'm taking a break, I'm taking a month off. All right, y'all. I'm going to wrap it up right there. This replay should be available tomorrow in the February replays under Atlas Builder section. Thank you all for spending a couple hours with me. Appreciate the family. I'll see you guys tomorrow.